Welcome to the Listening Room, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and today I'm going to be ranking the 80s studio albums of Kiss. Now, this is a different decade for them. Their sound was different. They unmasked in this decade, and they wouldn't remask until the late 90s, I believe. At least mid to late 90s. They unmasked in the early 80s here, so we only have a couple albums from them, or a few albums from them where they did that. This is not the definitive ranking of the 80s albums. This is a very divisive era. My ranking probably is not going to be yours. A lot of people absolutely hate this era and discard it completely. I rather like it. There's not a studio album in here that I dislike. But there are some that I don't like as much as others, and this ranking probably is going to be controversial. This is my ranking. Y'all let me know in the comments below what yours is. But we're going to begin with the very final album of the decade, 1989's Hot in the Shade. There's too many songs on here. 15 tracks. Not all of them good. Rise to It's Not Bad, Betrayed, Hide Your Heart, The Street Giveth and the Street Taketh Away. There's a lot on here. A lot. Like, I don't know how in the world. This is before the CD era, technically. There's 15 tracks. If you had a record, I don't know how they fit all that onto a record or a cassette, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Maybe a cassette, but a record? Golly, I'm sure that thing, I bet that was a heavy record. Or just had so many grooves on it. They used every bit of that vinyl they could. It's under, I think it's just under an hour, though. But yeah, no, this is not one of my favorites. Not as memorable for sure. Next up, and I'm honestly not sure. These next two were kind of tough to choose between. I'm gonna go with 1981's Music from the Elder, although I would say this probably would switch with Unmasked. Honestly, I'm gonna give away my pick, but The Oath is the best song on here. It's so good. But the rest of the album isn't as memorable for me. I don't know what would be next. The Oath is such a great Kiss song, though. That's really good, really memorable, super great. So I would say this one has to be a little lower than Unmasked, just because some of the other tracks are not as memorable for me. But this probably will change as time goes on, because Unmasked, isn't really that much better. It's not awful. Shandy, I don't like at all, really, if I'm gonna be honest. It's not the worst Kiss song ever, but it's definitely not a favorite of mine. Is That You's a great opener, though? Naked City is an excellent song. It's the best song on the album. Torpedo Girl is good, but this album as a whole, interesting album cover. But it's not one of their better ones, which is okay. But I would say the next one, honestly, is probably everybody else's probably least favorite, just about. But I like it. I actually like Crazy Nights a lot. The title track's fun. This back artwork is terrible with whatever Paul Stanley's doing. That's anyway. The music's good though. Title track Crazy Crazy Nights is good. Hell or High Water I like. Turn on the Night and Thief in the Night are honestly really great closing songs, though. Thief in the Night's my favorite on the album. That's a really good song in my opinion, but yeah, I don't know. These bottom four here are definitely like the bottom four for sure. The next four I really love, actually quite a lot. But it was a little tricky to rank them, especially really all of them. Lick It Up is next, though, for me. This is the first album where they unmasked. Exciter's a great opener. Title track, I love that title track. It's so good. All Holes Breaking Loose. Young and Wasted. You know, good stuff. Good stuff. Very memorable. Eric Carr's a great drummer. He's great. I like him in Kiss. He's in one album of Black Sabbath. It was Tony Iommi's solo album. Kind of. It was supposed to be, but did not end up being. It was Seventh Star. He did really good on that one too, but I really like him in Kiss. That was in 83. This one was 1985. I should have been saying the year for, I don't think I said the year. Crazy Nights was 87. But Asylum is next, 1985, so we're in the top 3. Awesome record. The only reason it is not higher is because I don't like All Night. I really despise that song. But King of the Mountain's one of the best openers they had. Trial by Fire, Love's a Deadly Weapon, Tears Are Falling is awesome. Love that song. I kind of had to nitpick on these a little bit, though, these top 3, because they're all real. Yeah, top 3 because they're all really good, and that one song honestly put this one a little lower, but I like all the songs on the next 2. So, Radar for Love's good. I don't know why they didn't close with that song, but, you know, they played All Night live for some reason. Love would have been a better closer. But anyway, good stuff. I like this album quite a lot. As do this next one would have been my number 1, but you know, it was really close between the 2. But this one has been was my number 1 of the 80s for a while. Actually, when I heard this one, I was kind of blown away because I think Mark St. John shredded on this. He did a really great job, and I think this album gets a lot of flack for no reason. I've Had Enough, Into the Fire, one of my favorite Kiss songs ever. Heaven's on Fire, one of my favorite Kiss songs. Thrills in the Night's awesome, super memorable. Murder on High Heels. Get All You Can, Lonely as the Hunter. Under the Gun, super memorable. Really like this album. Not good album cover, I will say. Really not a good album cover, but, you know, I don't mind it. Could have been, there have been worse out there for sure by many bands. So that leaves my number 1. And yes, I have heard all these, even though the CDs aren't open. I have bought them, haven't had the chance to necessarily listen to them on CD, which I really kind of should have. Creature of the Night, awesome album artwork, loved it. Every song shreds. It's amazing. Title track, really great. This one was, that last Animalize was 84, this one was 1982. Saint Sinners, really memorable. Rock and Roll Hell, Danger, super memorable. I Love It Loud's awesome. Killer, War Machine, top to bottom, excellent record. Excellent record. Love it a lot. Let me know what your favorite albums are from this decade, your least favorites, all that good stuff. Rank them if you want. I really love 80s Kiss, even though I can, you know, said some, you know, had some criticisms, but, you know, who doesn't, right? Thank you all so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. The 90s is next. I will be combining the 90s and the 2000s, though, probably at this point, because there were only 2 albums post 2000 where they actually released studio albums, and they only had 3 in the 90s, so I'm thinking I'll just combine both the 2010s and the 90s at this point. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.